The Wolf and the Seven Little Kids. The story by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, adapted from the Grimm's fairy tales. Once upon a time there was an old goat who had seven little kids and loved them with all the love of mother for her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest to get some food. So she called all seven kids to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes in, he will eat you up, skin, hair, and all. The wolf often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without any fear." Then the old goat bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It wasn't long before someone knocked at the house door and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the little kids knew that it was the wolf because of the rough voice. "We'll not open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought himself a big lump of chalk, ate this and made his voice soft with it. Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We'll not open the door. Our mother doesn't have black feet like yours. You are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And then the baker had rubbed his feet with dough. The wolf ran to the miller and said, "Sprinkle some white meal over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to trick someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will eat you up." Then the miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. Sometimes men are the way. So now the wolf went for the third time to the house door, knocked at it and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and has brought each of you something from the forest." The little kids cried, "Fetch us your paws so that we may know if you are our dear little mother." Then he put his paws in through the window. When the kids saw that they were white, they believed that all he had said was true and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the second into the bed, and third into the stove, the fourth into the kitchen, and the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth under the washing bowl, and the seventh into the cloak case. But the wolf found them all and wasted no time. One right after another he swallowed them down his throat. The youngest into the clock case was the only one that he did not find. When the wolf was full, he left the house, lay down under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon the old mother goat came home again from the forest. What a sight she saw there! The house door stood wide open, The table, chairs, and benches were thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken into the pieces. The quilts and the pillows were pulled off the bed. She looked for her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them by name one by one, but no one answered. At last, when she came to the name of the youngest, a soft voice cried, "Dear mother, I'm in the cloak case." She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and had eaten all the others. You can imagine how she wept over her poor children. In her sorrow she went out after a while, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, snoring so loudly that the branches shook. She looked at him closely and saw that something was moving and struggling in his overfed body. "Oh heavens," she said, "is it possible that my poor children, whom he was swallowed down for his supper, can still be alive?" She sent the kids running home to get scissors and needle and thread. Then the mother goat cut open the wolf's stomach. Hardly had she made one cut than one little kid pushed its head out, and when she had cut farther, all six sprang out one after another. They were all still alive and had suffered no injury at all, because in his greediness the wolf had swallowed them down whole without chewing.
Yeah.
What rejoicing there was! They all hugged their dear mother and jumped like a tailor at his wedding. But the mother said, "Now go and look for some big stones, and we will fill the evil beast's stomach with them while he is still asleep." The 7 kids quickly found some stones and put as many of them into his stomach as they could get in. The mother sealed him up again in the greatest haste so that he was not aware of anything and never once moved. When the wolf at last awoke, he got up. The stones in his stomach were making him very thirsty. He wanted to go to a well to drink, but when he began to walk and to move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought it was 6 kids, but it's only big stones." And when he got to the well and stooped over the water ready to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in. There was no help, and he drowned miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried loudly, "The wolf is dead! Yay! The wolf is dead!" Then they danced for joy around